Welcome to another episode of the Monday News Flash, the format that keeps you up to date with the CSGO scene. Today with news from Fnatic and Na'Vi regarding DreamHack. Also big news from FaZe, and even bigger news from FaceIt and Twitch. And of course we will have the in-house 99 damage bot major featured as well at the very end of this episode. Let's get started! As always, we start with the smaller news. You see the sign already? It's Ancient and Godson, or rather Ancient create Godson, or rather Pronex teams up with an investor to create Godson. The new organization of the Swedish team will support them as good as possible. Good luck on that one. Not really small news, but it's, regarding the other news we will have today. It's a tiny bit less important, but still really important. It's the next major. It's been announced by the ESL. It's gonna be ESL One Cologne. And of course, we will also have the minors announced. The CIS minor will take place in Moscow and the Asian minor in Seoul. There has been quite some discussion regarding the online stage of the minor to qualify for the LAN minor, because PGL decided to hold that one in Asia, on Asian servers. So Oceanic teams would have a really bad ping and really bad chances to qualify to the LAN. This fact triggered somewhat of a riot led by HLTV.org official Peter, and that riot led to PGL admitting a mistake and fixing the mistake as well, so they will have an Oceanic online stage. And the ping issue is out of the window, everything's fine, everything's fixed. The last minor will be at DreamHack in Tours, so in France. And we are in France already. Let's stay there. Existence has been kicked from G2. He will be replaced by Body, another LDLC white team member. That's quite a change in the French scene. Let's see if it triggers another huge mix-up, or if everything stays as is. I would like to see Existence in a coach position, but he's too competitive, he wants to play. Let's move on to the big news in this section, in this episode. Guardian will miss DreamHack Malmö due to his wrist injury after the major. He already hinted at him not being able to compete over there. And we got to know who will replace him. It's Starix joining his old teammates Zeus and Edward from the coaching position back into an active player role. Olof has suffered a wrist injury as well, so he's still hurt, and Pleasant will replace him, a 17-year-old Swedish talent, joining Fnatic in a very, very big tournament. Let's see how that goes. And the bigger news is, of course, FaZe has joined up with Kioshima, or the other way round. Kioshima has joined FaZe for an undisclosed fee. He has been bought out of his envious contract. Now he plays with the European squad. Let's see how they can do in their next tournaments. And even bigger news, I know this week has been really busy. FaceIt and Twitch have announced a new league. It features $1.75 million per season, and it will last for at least 2 seasons. So they announced it as a 3.5 million league, which is not really correct. They also included the travel support, which nobody really counts into his prize pool, but it's a big league nonetheless. A good feature will also be that the teams have co-ownership of that league. They will have their share of the revenue. It will feature teams like Fnatic, Astralis, Luminosity, Envious and Na'Vi. So the very top of the scene will get together in the ECS, the Esports Championship Series. But just like in the Asian minor, there have been some complaints about the qualification process. Fallen was at the helm of that riot. He defended Tempo Storm because he thought that they were a team that definitely deserved the spot, not only for an invite, but at least for a qualification spot. And of course, teams like the new Godson or Flipside have been left out of the European qualifier. But the organizers tried to climb their way out of this situation by saying, well, time restraints. They announced the league a little bit close to the start and all that sort. they led to those decisions and the teams were simply unable to compete. Let's see if that issue will be fixed in Season 2. And last but not least, the bot major has been played last weekend at Saturday. We have seen Überhofer bot win against the Botka boys in a massive best-of-3 series, including a double overtime win by the Botka boys. You can find all the links related to this tournament in the description, including interviews with the bots, including highlights and the VODs of the matches. As always, I thank you for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts about last week's news and what you expect of the new lineups that we have seen. And of course, like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in.